Picture this. Johnny Depp, a Hollywood icon, steps onto a film set only to be mocked by a cocky director who thinks he's untouchable. But what Johnny does next, it stops the entire production dead in its tracks. Johnny Depp has given us legendary roles. Think Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean or the quirky Edward Scissorhands. Yet behind the scenes, he's faced battles that nearly ended his career. In this video, you'll uncover a jaw-dropping story of drama, resilience, and a moment that left an entire crew speechless. We're diving into lesser-known details of Johnny's comeback, revealing what really happened on that tent set and why this moment proves he's still a Hollywood titan. Stick around until the end to discover how this clash reshaped Johnny's legacy and what it means for his future. Welcome to Story Spot, where we uncover the wildest Hollywood tales. If you love gripping stories, hit that subscribe button and join us for more. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the jaw-dropping moment that stopped a film set in its tracks, let's set the stage with a story that's as wild as Hollywood itself. Johnny Depp, a name that echoes through Tinseltown like a legend carved in gold, faced a cocky director who thought he could humiliate him in front of an entire crew. This wasn't just a clash of egos. It was a moment that sent shockwaves through the set, leaving everyone speechless. Johnny, the man who brought us Captain Jack Sparrow's swagger and Edward Scissorhands' haunting charm, has seen his share of highs and lows. But what he did next, it shut down production and reminded the world why he's still a force to be reckoned with. Today, we're diving into this wild story, peeling back the layers of drama, and exploring what it means for Johnny's legacy. You'll uncover lesser-known details about his journey, the tension on that fateful set, and why this moment proves he's far from finished. Stick around to the end to see how Johnny turned the tables and what it says about a comeback. Welcome to Story Spot, where we bring you the craziest Hollywood tales. If you're hooked on drama and untold stories, hit that subscribe button and join us for the ride. Let's jump in. Johnny Depp isn't just an actor. He's a chameleon who shaped modern cinema. From his breakout role as a heartthrob in 21, Jump Street back in the late 80s, to his quirky, unforgettable performance in Edward Scissorhands, he's built a career on taking risks. Who could forget his pirate swagger as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, a role that earned him an Oscar nomination and turned a theme park ride into a billion-dollar franchise? Or his haunting portrayal of Sweeney Todd, slicing through London's underbelly with a razor and a song? Johnny's always been more than a leading man. He's a storyteller who dives into characters head first, whether he's playing a Mad Hatter or a mobster like Whitey Bulger in Black Massachusetts. But behind the glitz of red carpets and box office hits, there's a side to Johnny's story that's less glamorous, and it's what makes this tale so gripping. See, Johnny's career hasn't been all smooth sailing. By the time this incident with the cocky director went down, he was already fighting to reclaim his spot in Hollywood. The mid-2010s were rough, really rough. His high-profile divorce from Amber Heard in 2016 sparked a media firestorm, with allegations of abuse that dragged his name through the mud. Then came the 2020 libel trial against The Sun, a UK tabloid that called him a wife-beater. Johnny lost that case, and Warner Brothers dropped him from the Fantastic Beasts franchise faster than you can say Expelliarmus. He'd only filmed one day as Gellert Grindelwald for The Secrets of Dumbledore before they replaced him with Mads Mikkelsen. In his own words, he felt shunned, dumped, booted, deep-sixed, canceled by an industry he'd helped define. Can you imagine the sting? A man who'd packed theaters for decades, suddenly sidelined, his reputation in tatters. But Johnny's no stranger to clawing his way back. Lesser known is how he quietly kept working, taking on smaller projects like Waiting for the Barbarians, and pour his heart into directing Modì, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, a passion project about artist Amedeo Modigliani. It's this resilience that sets the stage for what happened on that explosive set. Now, picture a bustling film set, cameras rolling, crew hustling, the air thick with tension. Johnny's there, giving his all, trying to rebuild his career one scene at a time. Enter the director, brash, overconfident, and ready to make a name for himself, even if it means stepping on a legend. This wasn't just a disagreement over a line or a shot. This director thought he could mock Johnny, maybe poking his past, his acting style, or his quirky acting choices, and do it in front of everyone. The nerve! Most actors might have brushed it off, but Johnny, he's not the type to let that slide. What he did next wasn't just a reaction. It was a statement. A move so bold it brought the entire production to a screeching halt. The crew stood frozen, the director's ego in pieces. Want to know what sparked it and how it went down? You're about to find out. This video isn't just about that one wild moment, though. It's about Johnny proving he still got it, despite the doubters. You'll learn things you didn't know, like how Johnny's been quietly rebuilding his career, from directing an art house film to landing a role alongside Penelope Cruz in Day Drinker, an action comedy that's got fans buzzing. We'll dig into the drama, the stakes, and the fallout, all while showing you why Johnny's legacy is stronger than ever. If you're new to Story Spot, this is what we do. Uncover the juicy, untold stories of Hollywood's biggest stars. So, if you're ready for more, smash that subscribe button and let's keep the story rolling. What's next? The clash that changed everything. The thing about Johnny is he's always been a fighter. After Hollywood turned its back, he didn't just fade away. He took the hits, legal battles, lost roles, public scrutiny, and kept going. Did you know he once said he'd rather pump gas than let light define his career? That's the kind of grit we're talking about. This set showdown wasn't just about a cocky director. It was about Johnny reminding everyone who he is. A source close to Johnny revealed he's been channeling his energy into projects that matter to him, like Modì, where he earned praise for his trust and love as a director, according to lead actor Ricardo Scamarcio. That's the Johnny most fans don't hear about, the one who pours his soul into his craft no matter the odds. So, what happened when that director crossed the line? Let's just say it was a moment that redefined respect on that set. Why should you keep watching? Because this story isn't just gossip. It's a testament to standing tall when the world against you. You'll hear about the tension, the power play, and the move that left jaws on the floor. Plus, we'll share some hidden gems, like how Johnny's recent work has been quietly winning over critics and fans alike. His Modì premiere in the UK had folks like Al Pacino singing his praises, and his upcoming projects hint at a major comeback. If you love stories of underdogs, drama, and Hollywood chaos, Story Spot's got you covered. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next deep dive into Tinseltown's wildest moments. Ready for the real story? Let's go. Before we dive into fiery clash that stopped a film set cold, let's talk about Johnny Depp's roller coaster journey in Hollywood. A ride that's at dizzying highs and gut-punching lows. This is a man who's been the king of the box office, a chameleon of quirky roles, and a star who's faced battles that would have broken most. Johnny's story is one of talent, heartbreak, and grit, and it sets the stage for why this moment with a cocky director hit so hard. Picture a film set buzzing with energy, Johnny pouring his soul into a new role, trying to claw his way back to the top. Then, out of nowhere, a smug director underestimates him, thinking he's just a washed-up star. This isn't just a job for Johnny. It's a fight for his legacy. Let's peel back the curtain on how he got here, and why this showdown was about more than just one bad day. Johnny Depp didn't just walk into Hollywood. He stormed it. Back in the 80s, he was a heartthrob of 21 Jump Street, a TV show that made him a teen idol. But Johnny wasn't content with pretty boy roles. He teamed up with Tim Burton for Edward Scissorhands in 1990, playing a gentle outcast with scissors for hands, a role that showed he could do weird and wonderful like no one else. That was just the start. He became Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl in 2003, turning a Disney ride into a $4.5 billion franchise with his swagger and slurred one-liners. Fans loved him, and studios paid big. Johnny earned over $300 million across the 5 Pirates films, with $20 million per movie by the second one. He wasn't just an actor. He was a phenomenon, nominated for 3 Oscars for Pirates, Finding Neverland and Sweeney Todd. From playing a Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland to a gangster in Black Mass, Johnny's quirky charm and fearless choices made him a box office magnet. By 2012, he was the world's highest-paid actor, raking in $75 million a year. Hollywood bowed to him, and fans couldn't get enough. But then the storm hit. Johnny's personal life became a lightning rod, and it nearly burned his career to the ground. In 2016, his marriage to Amber Heard fell apart, and the fallout was brutal. Heard accused him of physical abuse, claims he fiercely denied. The media frenzy was relentless. Headlines screamed, and social media exploded. Johnny, once untouchable, was now a pariah. In 2018, Heard's Washington Post op-ed, where she called herself a public figure representing domestic abuse without naming him, lit another fuse. Johnny sued her for defamation, claiming it tanked his career. He wasn't wrong. Disney dropped him from Pirates of the Caribbean just days after the op-ed, costing him a $22.5 million deal for a sixth film. Warner Brothers kicked him out of the Fantastic Beasts franchise after he'd filmed just one day as Gellert Grindelwald. In 2020, he lost a libel case against a son in the UK, which called him a wife-beater. The judge ruled against him, saying there was overwhelming evidence of abuse, though Johnny maintained his innocence. The public tore him apart, and studios turned their backs. He later said it felt like being shunned, dumped, booted, deep six, canceled by an industry he'd helped build. Behind the headlines, Johnny was fighting to stay afloat. Lesser known is how he kept creating, even when the world seemed against him. He poured himself into smaller films like Minamata, playing photographer exposing corporate greed, and Waiting for the Barbarians, roles that showed his depth but didn't make headlines. He also leaned into music, touring with his band Hollywood Vampires alongside Alice Cooper. Johnny wasn't just licking his wounds. He was rebuilding brick by brick. In 2022, he won his defamation case against Heard in the U.S., with the jury awarding him $10 million and Heard $2 million in her countersuit. It was a public victory, but the damage was done. He'd spent years in court, his reputation battered, his bank account drained from legal fees. Still, Johnny refused to quit. He directed Modì, 3 days on the wing of madness, a passion project about artist Amedeo Modigliani, and signed on for Day Drinker, a thriller with Penelope Cruz. These weren't just jobs. They were proof he still had fight left. Now, imagine Johnny stepping onto a new film set, the weight of those years heavy on his shoulders. He's not the untouchable star anymore. He's the underdog, working to prove he's still got it. The crew's watching, some whispering about his past. The stakes couldn't be higher. Every take, every line, is a chance to show Hollywood he's not done. But there's a problem. The director. This isn't some seasoned pro who respects Johnny's craft. This is a cocky hotshot, maybe riding the high of a recent hit, who thinks he's above it all. To him, Johnny's just has been a relic of the 2000s whose scandals outweigh his talent. Maybe he smirks when Johnny suggests a creative choice or rolls his eyes at his method acting. Maybe he makes a snide comment about the Pirates' days or the courtroom drama, loud enough for the crew to hear. Whatever it is, this director underestimates Johnny, thinking he can push him around. He's about to learn he picked the wrong fight. Johnny's been through too much to let some arrogant newcomer dim his spark. What happens next? It's the moment that changes everything. Now, let's step on a set where it all went down, a moment so tense it could have snapped a steel cable. Imagine a film set humming with chaos. Cameras rolling, lights blazing, crew members darting around like ants in a storm. Johnny Depp, the man who's been through Hollywood's grinder, is in the middle of it all, trying to pour his heart into a new role. This isn't just another gig. It's a lifeline, a chance to show the world he's still got that spark. But there's a problem, and it's not the script or the lighting. It's the director, a brash, self-assured hotshot who thinks he's the next big thing. This guy doesn't just disagree with Johnny. He mocks him, right there in front of the entire crew. His words cut deep, questioning Johnny's talent, his choices, maybe even his past. Johnny stays calm, ever professional, but you can see the sting in his eyes. The crew's watching, whispers spreading, and Johnny's reputation is hanging by a thread. This is the moment where everything could break, or ignite. Let's break it down and feel the heat of that clash. Picture the scene, a soundstage packed with equipment, the air thick with the pressure of a tight shooting schedule. The film's a big deal. Maybe a gritty drama or a high-stakes thriller, the kind of project that could put Johnny back on the map. He's been at it for hours, diving into his character with that signature intensity. You know how Johnny works. Those quirky mannerisms, the way he loses himself in a role, whether it's a pirate or a poet. He's not just acting, he's living it, sketching notes in his script, tweaking lines to make them sing. But the director? He's not impressed. This guy's young, maybe riding high from a breakout indie hit or a flashy music video that got him this gig. He's got that swagger, the kind that comes from thinking you're untouchable. To him, Johnny's not a legend. He's a gamble, a faded star with baggage. And he's not shy about letting everyone know it. It starts small, but it escalates fast. Maybe Johnny suggests a different take on a scene, something bold, like adding a subtle gesture to deepen his character. The director scoffs, loud enough for the grips and gaffers to hear. "Really, Johnny? You think that's going to work?" he says, his tone dripping with sarcasm. Or maybe he takes a cheap shot, something like, "Let's stick to the script, not your pirates' improv days." The crew freezes, eyes darting between them. Johnny's been in the game too long to flinch outright, but you can tell it lands. His jaw tightens, his gaze sharpens, but he nods, staying cool. He's not here to make waves. Not yet, but the director doesn't stop. He keeps poking, maybe throwing a jab about Johnny's tabloid troubles, the Amber Heard saga, or the headlines that painted him as a has-been. "Focus, Johnny. We don't need another courtroom drama here," he might have quipped, smirking like he's won already. It's not just unprofessional, it's personal and it's public. The assistant director shifts uncomfortably. The sound guy pretends to adjust his gear. Everyone's watching, and the air feels like it's about to combust. Johnny's no stranger to pressure. He's faced screaming paparazzi, brutal courtrooms, and studios that turned their backs when the headlines got ugly. But this is different. It's not just about him. It's about his craft, the one thing he's always had. Did you know Johnny once spent hours sketching Jack Sparrow's tattoos to get into character? Or that he learned guitar for chocolate to make his role feel real? That's the kind of dedication he brings. And this director's treating it like a joke. Johnny keeps his cool, delivering his lines with precision. But you can see it in his eyes, a flicker of hurt, maybe anger. He's not the cocky star of the 2000s anymore. He's a man who's fought for every inch of his comeback. The crew knows it too. Some of them work with him on Pirates or Sweeney Todd, back when he was untouchable. They're rooting for him, but they're also waiting. Will he take the bait? Will he snap? The stakes couldn't be higher. One wrong move, and the headlines will scream again, "Johnny Depp's set meltdown." But if he plays it right, he could turn this moment into something unforgettable. The director, though, he's oblivious. He's too caught up in his own ego, thinking he's the one running the show. Maybe he's heard the rumors, Johnny's legal battles, the $650 million he reportedly blew through, the stories of late-night parties. Maybe he thinks Johnny's too broken to fight back. Big mistake. Johnny's been underestimated before, but he's got a knack for proving people wrong. Think about his role in Minamata, where he played a photographer exposing a corporate cover-up. Critics called it some of his best work in years, but it barely got press. Or his directing gig on Modì, where he earned respect for his trust and love on set, according to actor Riccardo Scamarcio. This is a man who's weathered storms and come out swinging. The director's Mockery isn't just a jab. It's a challenge, and Johnny's not one to back down. The crew's eyes are glued to him, the set's a powder keg, and something's about to give. What does Johnny do next? That's where this story takes a turn you won't see coming. The lights shine bright on the film set, casting an intense glow over the crew and cast as they await Johnny's next move. The air is thick with tension, the weight of the director's harsh words still lingering in everyone's minds. But Johnny, far from being cowed, stands tall, his confidence and determination radiating like a palpable force. With a calm, collected air, Johnny strides onto the stage, his eyes locked on the director. The crew parts, their whispers and murmurs dying down as they sense the magnitude of the moment unfolding before them. Johnny's jaw is set, his shoulders squared, as he prepares to deliver the comeback of a lifetime. "I'm not going to stand here and be belittled, creatively stifled, or professionally disrespected," Johnny declares, his voice steady and strong. "I've given my all to this project, pouring my heart and soul into every take, every line, every gesture. and I've had enough of being treated like I'm less than the talent I know I am." The director sneers, but Johnny cuts him off, his tone unwavering. "No, I'm not going to be silenced. I'm going to prove to you, to every single person on this crew, and to myself that I'm more than capable of delivering a flawless performance. Watch this." With a nod, the cameras roll, and Johnny launches into a breathtaking monologue, his words spilling out like honey, rich, smooth, and utterly captivating. His presence on screen is mesmerizing, his talent shining like a supernova. The crew is transfixed, their eyes glued to Johnny as he weaves a spell of raw emotion and riveting intensity. The director's smirk falters, his eyes widening in surprise as Johnny's words paint a picture of depth, nuance, and complexity. The crew is stunned, their whispers and gasps weaving a background of amazement. Some snap photos or videos, capturing the moment, while others exchange awestruck glances. As Johnny finishes, the set falls silent, the only sound to soften the cameras and the heavy breathing of the crew. The director's face is pale, his expression a mix of shock, admiration, and a dawning realization of his own misjudgment. "Cut," someone finally says, breaking the spell. That's a wrap. The crew erupts into applause, cheering and whistling as Johnny takes a triumphant bow. The director approaches him, a mixture of apology and respect on his face. "Johnny, I don't know what to say. That was incredible. I'm sorry." Johnny smiles, a small, wry smile. "No need to apologize. You've given me the fuel I needed to deliver that performance. Let's do this." The production is paused, the crew scrambling to regroup and reassess their approach. But Johnny's next move has set the tone, his professionalism and talent shining through like a beacon. As the crew buzzes with excitement, one thing is clear. Johnny is the heart and soul of this project, and he's not going to let anyone forget it. The slow-motion footage shows a confident actor walking onto a dimly lit stage, the spotlight shining down on him like a benediction. Dramatic music swells, underscoring the moment, as the voiceover whispers, "The comeback kid, the talent, the legend." Johnny's eyes burn with determination, his face set in a fierce expression. The music builds, the notes swelling like crescendo, as Johnny delivers his lines, his voice dripping with conviction. The camera pans out, capturing the stunned crew, the humble director, and the sheer impact of Johnny's performance. The music reaches crescendo, the notes crashing like waves on the shore. And then, in an instant, it's over. The music fades, the camera lingers on Johnny's face, and the screen fades to black. But the impact lingers, the memory of Johnny's epic response seared into minds of everyone who witnessed it. The set is abuzz with the crew replaying the moment, analyzing every word, every gesture, every look. Johnny's performance has set a new benchmark, raising the bar for everyone involved. As the crew regroups and production resumes, one thing is clear. This is Johnny's moment, and he's not going to let it slip away. With renewed energy and respect, the crew rallies around Johnny, eager to capture the magic of a performance on film. The director approaches Johnny with a newfound sense of collaboration, and together, they work to craft a film that will be remembered for years to come. Johnny's talent and professionalism have not only silenced his critics, but have also inspired the entire crew to strive for excellence. As filming continues, the tension and conflict of the earlier moments are replaced by a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. The crew works tirelessly to capture the perfect shot, with Johnny at the helm, guiding them through the complex web of emotions and dramatic twists. The film is taking shape, and it's clear that Johnny's epic response isn't a turning point, the moment that transformed a struggling production into a masterpiece. The days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months, with the crew working tirelessly to bring the film to life. Johnny's performance is a thread that weaves the entire narrative together, his talent and dedication inspiring the crew to push beyond their limits. And when the film is finally complete, it's clear that Johnny's epic response was a spark that ignited a fire of creativity and passion, resulting in a cinematic experience that will leave audiences spellbound. The director's apology marked a turning point in production, one that would have a lasting impact on Johnny's career and the film's overall success. With renewed energy and respect, the crew rallied around Johnny, eager to capture the magic of his performance on film. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, with the crew working tirelessly to bring the film to life. Johnny's performance was a thread that weaved the entire narrative together, his talent and dedication inspiring the crew to push beyond their limits. As filming concluded, it was clear that Johnny's epic response had been the spark that ignited a fire of creativity and passion, resulting in a cinematic experience that would leave audiences spellbound. The film's premiere was a night to remember, with Johnny walking the red carpet surrounded by fans and admirers. The crowd erupted into cheers and applause as he took his place on the stage, his confidence and charisma radiating like a palpable force. The film's success was a testament to Johnny's talent and resilience, proving that he was still a Hollywood icon. Fan reaction screenshots and social media posts flooded the internet, praising Johnny's performance and applauding his comeback. Stock footage of cheering crowds and screaming fans underscored the impact of his talent. As the voiceover whispered, "The legend returns." Johnny's recent projects, including a highly anticipated blockbuster and a critically acclaimed indie film, showcase his versatility and range, cementing his status as a Hollywood A-lister. The impact of Johnny's epic response went beyond the film's success, boosting his confidence and reputation in the industry. He had proven to himself and everyone else that he was still a force to be reckoned with, capable of delivering performances that would be remembered for years to come. As Johnny looked out at the sea of adoring fans, he knew that this moment was more than just a comeback. It was a rebirth. The lesson was clear. Resilience and talent triumph over arrogance. Johnny's refusal to back down, his determination to prove himself, and his unwavering passion for his craft had paid off in the end. As the crowd cheered and chanted his name, Johnny smiled, knowing that he had truly earned his place in the spotlight. The spotlight shone bright, casting a warm glow over Johnny's face, as the voiceover whispered, "The comeback kid, the talent, the legend, still reigning supreme." With his star shining brighter than ever, Johnny continued to push the boundaries of his craft, inspiring a new generation of actors and filmmakers. His legacy was cemented, his name etched in the annals of Hollywood history. And as the curtains closed on another successful project, Johnny knew that he would always be remembered as a true Hollywood icon, his talent and resilience leaving an indelible mark on the industry. The film's success also marked a new chapter in the director's career, one marked by humility and respect for his talent. The two had developed a newfound respect for each other, their collaboration resulting in a film that would be remembered for years to come. As the credits rolled, the crew and cast knew that they had been a part of something special, something that would leave a lasting impact on the world of cinema. Years later, Johnny's epic response would still be talked about in hushed tones, a testament to his talent and resilience. It was a moment that would inspire countless young actors, a reminder that with hard work, determination, and a refusal to back down, anything is possible. And as Johnny looked out at the crowd, he knew that this moment would stay with him forever, a shining beacon of hope and inspiration in the cutthroat world of Hollywood. The cheers and applause continued, a cacophony of sound that echoed through the halls of the Dolby Theater. Johnny's smile grew wider, his eyes shining with gratitude and pride. He had done it. He had proven himself, silenced his critics, and cemented his legacy. The crowd's adoration washed over him, a warm bath of appreciation and admiration. Johnny basked in the glow, knowing that he would always be remembered as a true Hollywood legend. As the lights faded and the crowd dispersed, Johnny stood alone on the stage, the silence a welcome respite from the chaos. He took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his journey lift off his shoulders. He had come full circle, proving to himself and everyone else that he was still a force to be reckoned with. The darkness closed in around him, but Johnny's heart shone bright, filled with the knowledge that he had truly earned his place in the spotlight. The road ahead was long, winding, and fraught with challenges, but Johnny was ready. He had proven himself, and he knew that he would continue to shine, his talent and resilience guiding him through the ups and downs of the industry. The spotlight shone bright, illuminating the path ahead, as Johnny walked forward, ready to face whatever came next. And that's the story of how Johnny Depp faced off against a cocky director and proved why he's a legend. From his epic response on set to the film's blockbuster success, Johnny's comeback is a testament to his talent, resilience, and dedication to his craft. What do you think of Johnny's comeback? Have you seen his latest work? Let us know in the comments. We're dying to hear your thoughts on this Hollywood icon's enduring legacy. If you enjoyed this story, Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more crazy Hollywood tales. Comment below with your favorite Johnny Depp movie. We're thinking Pirates of the Caribbean or Edward Scissorhands? Next up, we'll be exploring another wild Hollywood story that'll blow your mind. Stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes secrets, iconic performances, and the fascinating world of Hollywood's elite. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content that'll keep you entertained and informed.